It's for another form. We're quite about for 1G. Message so when you subscribe for 1G, and message so be subscribe. No one like no one share, no one turn on notification bell on. So be update be you. So bet me I can make out a comment section on your there. Message so be leave comment be a akoso one. Nene why na ne ho akaagye why na ne ho akyere no ensɛm a ɛrebobɔ ba ɛwɔ kyama a wontumi asoɛeɛ no concerning galamsey site a na yɛkaa na n'ano dendenden na ɔka ho asɛm sɛ as of that time na ɔmo power no na ɔka ho asɛm sɛ wonim sɛ wowɔ evidence a fa me kɔ court ɛnnɛ kyerɛ sɛ ɛhia to kyama wontumi na ɛnɛ deɛ na paa ada adie no kyama wontumi na ɛnɛ deɛ na paa ada adie no kyama wontumi na ɛnɛ deɛ ne ho ato ne ho akyere ne deɛ nteteeɛ a ɛreba ne sɛ kyama wontumi asaranda because of say evidence aba sɛ wɔyɛ linked to some killings bi which expose ɛbaeɛ from one journalist, a top journalist ɛwɔ Ghana hanom sɛ yɛnkɔ tie sɛ nneɛma a kyama wontumi nipa a wɔn aku wɔn abere a na ɔreyɛ ne mining galamsey no anaasɛ ne mining construction no yɛnkɔ tie deɛ ɛbaa deɛ aka bia na ɛde bɛfa.
They still think it is politics. They still think me party ni power anti. I was say me yedede. They still don't feel for the Ghanaian who is being killed by the actions of ꞎ😎ings party. They still don't get it. They still see this as politics as usual. Now the minister has taken action. And the minister was what? I say Lands Minister direct Minerals Commission to revoke Akroma mining's lease for allegedly selling portions of the Tano Nimrim forest to illegal miners at 350,000 per concession. So, Jechema Wontumi ya mumudu duan montia sedeni. Maminye we na afe yenye CG story no. What is happening is say, enutina Chema Wontumi sometimes no otumi jina TV so bo so aka kire mo say, onye galamsey bia, no Chinese is working for me. Go to court if you have evidence. The reason why intia abuaba we etimi bien anokasa asem kire Ghana for, even though krampo no ye what evidence on record on file say the Lands Commission clearly came out to tell Chema Wontumi say he is doing illegal mining. No, the reason why otumi nya sa akukudu de kasa asem no ma me kire trick no. And that is something he has been doing for years. And it's not to me a bold no alternative to say menya galamsey. What Chema Wontumi does and say Chema Wontumi and then Akroma mining no, they don't have a license or lease to mine. They don't have it. Now Chema Wontumi hides behind a prospecting license. Now the prospecting license no are different from a leasing license. Now and our license to mine. Now what Chema Wontumi does and say sa Nimrim forest no or the prospecting license and or the koye eko bu assassin gumu eko bu forest no. So what he did is say or the patapa and illegality and or GBB a friend prospecting or kotu tuneni or kotu assassin no say be a gold o baby a ohu gold na ansa na waba abeka so okay me be yan krata age license am de be den ebetu egudie. What he did was the NPP government eman all the access and he hid behind what we call prospecting license. It was just a license and would do rural virgin forest and na ukoko ho asase or the license a boo ekes to guye. Now do you know what he does? Urasa sinimua say a 500 acre and now 500 acres, whatever you want to call it. Now or the Chinese for naba. Or the Chinese for naba. Now watetia sasina momo. Tie. Now let me read something to you first before I continue this. Now you see this document. A document, your friend of Minerals and Mining Act, as amended by Minerals and Mining Amendment Act 2019 Act 995, arrangement of sections. Now, sa act we and a chere so beso oya mining or Ghana, the also ye any de so ye. The emranama ho kwan any the emrana emma ho kwan. Now this was what Chema Wontumi did. Sebio at this point, maybe chira on the secret. Anything or say, Obian to me jail no. Now, so share a Minerals Mining Act now. Also, your ownership of minerals and cadastral system, minerals property of republic, compulsory acquisition of land available for application for minerals right. Now, so sa act we want. This is what you see. I'm reading this part in show. Now, so section 14 of the Minerals Act now. This is what it says. A minerals right shall not in whole or in part be transferred. A minerals right shall not be in whole or in part be transferred, assigned, mortgaged, or otherwise encumbered or dealt in a manner without the prior approval in writing of the minister, which approval shall not be unreasonably withheld or given subject to unreasonable conditions. You see amount license or Ghana, say whether to prospecting license to mine. Emrani chere say sa license the mawo Kelvin Taylor, the mawo chairman Wontumi. Only the right to say sa license no obeka se wodi ma obi edi akwakwa ye adwuma ana ode sublet obi ana say o ka say okay maje sa adewe midimu half may transfer lease we am asimesi sa we am akwaji lease won where 10 acres no may transfer half edi ama obi Ghana mrane chere say half o quarter o asase ni nyina no only the right to say obe transfer di ama obi say G now also fire den prospecting G now also fire den fire mining emrani tia whether whole or half or piece emrani chere say you need to go to the minister and take permission. You need to go to the minister for minister to write and sign and say you have been given the approval to do what? To sublet. To basically say what was assassin be mo be say or so nyeden or no so anyden and mine was so. Into so prospecting license and now mining license. Emrano Minerals Act say won't mean transfer ma obia. Untumi entras asli bi mo bi say woso eye akwesia mankwa jennifer your prospecting or na mine woso emranitia. Now okay point 2 now. This is what the point 2 says. Make sure be answer my church ma Wontumi the oye. Besides, which one is this? Where the minister has not given a decision in writing to the applicant within 30 days of receipt of an application for approval, the minister shall, upon a request from the applicant, give written reason to the applicant for the failure to communicate a decision on the application. So obi kra chro minister and say minister me na me chairman Wontumi Bream Forest no maji 50,000 acres na me pese me di ebi ma obi na ono so area mining and as area prospecting na say minister na respond kra after 30 days the minister na respond there that person still uni ho kwan say at the end of the day obekọ akoye saade no. Enti, the minister now responded, cry. You need to find a way to communicate to the minister to get a written, you are supposed to get a written documentation that from the minister officially that you can at the end of the day do what? You can at the end of the day transfer the land to mine. But until you are able to get a written permission from the minister, you cannot. Now, point 3 now. The reason required under subsection 2 shall be sent to the applicant within 14 days to receipt of the request. So basically, point 4, a dispute between the minister and an applicant or a holder in respect of a decision of the minister under subsection 1 shall be referred for resolution under section 27. Point 5, subject to the other provision of this section, an undivided proportionate part of a minerals right or application for a minerals right may be transferred, assigned, mortgaged, or otherwise encumbered or dealt with. So basically what the law says in the say, so okoja sase, naka se oko prospecting, okoja sase, naka se okoye mining until obeji a written permission from the minister, documented and put on file, no, You don't have the right, say, over transfer mobi. And I say, what about another company? Another man, you pay say, Omukrampo, and mine also, and someone perspective also. That is the basic statement here. It is a chairman, I want to make a ꞊🬢 forester. Say, Onuneko Minea. Nobody has the right to prospect. In fact, chairman, I want to me license an original ꞊🬢. It is census, it wasn't mining license, it was prospecting license. It was what? It was prospecting license. Enti chairman want me in the first place, okuta prospecting license, okuta mining license. He does not have the right to mine. Now, my mention the AC. Mr. S. Now, chairman want me we the oil say. Let me put his picture on the screen. Send a beya ubiabe hun kwasi ade awoye. This is not the picture I'm looking for. Now, chairman want to me with the oil and say, "Dear esi ꞊🬢 no, dear chairman want to me yen nyina nie." Okoji asase no. Enti sa na oil no every part of Ghana. Ora virgin forest nim with prospecting license. Ora forest nim a na or the force we wurem also koye prospecting. It be 50 acres, 200 acres. Ora asase mu a na owia we twitwa asase ni piece no we twa 10 acre 5 acre 20 acre 12 acre oye wia na or the Chinese for na ba or the Chinese for na ba no ma ne Ghana for no ebie companies no ma partner Chinese for no. What he does is say technically asase no is under prospecting, which belongs to area Akonta mining. Now we twitwa asase na ma Chinese for no. Now my Chinese for the Ghana for a partner. Now terms on your mukon say asasi biano or the more 350,000. That is the Ghana is kind of 3.5 billion. Oh, we are not catcher almost say every week go the biamo betunu Tuesday biano breaking day in Sanya Freno. Sagalam said no every week go the biamo over 50% shares womb. That means say so to gold 10 kilos or 5 kilos. Into only chairman want to me no, sa ꞊🬢 forest no, waje to go prospect, but on your prospective also. Waje no asableti, which is against the Mining Act. And a Chinese for no mugusu no, a di assassino. Into busa chairman want to me say, chairman want to me ya galam say me ya galam say when, dear na chesa me ya galam say, but indirectly no, Chinese for no more sa ꞊🬢 wo nyina other part of Ghana, ya galam say no, ni sika. Into you will not catch chairman want to me standing. Oh, asase bi so to galam say o, but machines are nyina indirectly ane dia. Omo mu ye adwuma wo eye insase ni so nyina indirectly ane dia. Every breaking day, omo breaki eye Tuesday bia, gold bi o meta no amena bi bia ne dia 50%. So you will not catch him say or na galam say anything they bia no say. So what evidence afane ko. Now what is happening is say our directors omo da mine na no. Now those directors no more lead eye Chinese for no. Under the pretense say they are prospecting. Now omo serious illegal mining. It's a way where to me a catalyze a mining no illegal mining in such a way say so when you would say analyze it and your investigations here you would never see him into the biano boss oh I contain mining for signboards here or some micro minimum or bois but or see oh some media have prospecting. It is so be a mining and yamia or bois onwa. And it's an saying, Omoko a abrewa ninkran, and a brim more of chinko for an assassin. Some of Insasino or the force Nigeria, some of them so time or more power no, and your time in Adamano. It's a quaweno, ye can't insasia quasian penny were said or Ghana, and ye easy. Insasia, what first so the galam say, I say a kunipa, because in sure or say, and remember, all the rivers in Ghana, they are connected. They are interconnected. And Akwawe has used a certain way or the politics at their says so Ghana. Now, something is going to happen very soon. And you will see such a amount to me, Yancheno. But something will happen at Chema to Nankasa will hand himself over to the police. Eh? Akwawe, Bonia Wedi. Bonia Wedi. Nipa or the galam say, I say on my life for Ghana. Sir, those people leading his Akonta mining, all of them will go to jail. And he himself, he will end up at the wrong place. Remember, Chairman Wontumi that during NPP what power 8 years, that is what Chairman Wontumi did. And he's still doing it. And it's in there, or down what a year, I could do catch Ghana for say, me garam say, oh, evidence of a chimney, because he thinks he can hide behind prospecting. And now prospecting no do brim. Edi di boneno. It is under a Chinese for a brim river and a brim forester. Every single Chinese working there is working for Chairman Wontumi. Every Tuesday, what they do is they go and pay Chairman Wontumi because assassin and dia. But the Minerals Act says you cannot take assassin in the name of prospecting or even mining and do what and sublet it. Which minister actually granted, say, Chairman Wontumi to me sublet a prospecting land for somebody to do illegal mining? Because when even it's a prospecting land, it's when you are able to get a permission from the minister in writing, whoever gets a piece of the land should be prospecting. They cannot mine because you don't have legitimate mining license. Under the license that Chairman Wontumi using, he is not supposed to mine. He is supposed to prospect. So why is it said today prospecting has turned into Chinese foie? They are in the forest mining gold. You get what I mean? And the Kufuado, how many licenses and release here? Samuel Abujinapo license or the chair before they left power. This is the number of licenses and the Kufuado. This Urefi and the Kufuado. Answer and Kofoi every power. Mining license 2037. Busa adintra. Mining license a Kufuado. MPP are buying Edema a year omonko for 2037. January 2017 to 2025 for free power. 2037 mining license. They gave it to their own people to come and do galamsey in the name, say, Omo license.
I think for what and some of course no one when this one here. There's a near my Chairman Wontumi a year, a brand and a buy at just the party a wa buy more. Papa we ye ni obetimi bia Tama no ye Asante Regional Chairman. Try woni a permanent work permit so be to galamsey. Nemom papers a ya granting a man on ye say uncle friends are sent so. Say oh finally may be a good war. Therefore na papa we aba ye nenkrata e man to me say obetimi etu good war assassin so. And this authority na a year Akufuado at the match Wontumi. Papa na use sa authority no aton ton and sasano 350,000 Ghana cedis. Ama China for no na eye adwuma. Enti se wo evidence fa me court ni nyina nchire wo ni nyina ne say what in Sasana ama China for 350,000 Ghana cedis. And this is Ghana or Diama woman. A sika, Papa na edge every construction as a good bill to be a Chairman to be 1%. And definitely they have been so cost on. That is why Utiminya sa gold bars no ebetna Wontumi TV. Ye to extent say we good mark more almost 7. Omo more na catch and say onja yi. Enti obi a yama lease and as I people e dia ma say koye adwuma no enye obi a okutu galam say na mo ko say e bi was asase no so a na obeye proper papers. Now they are too good. Enti sa krata no e ma wo ho kwan kra say sa krata no e ma wo ho kwan kra say Utimi too good. Enti enkapese what the enyema no anya say o papers no bi amankofo so won too good. Enti sa nkofo a omo yusu sa Chairman Wontumi papers de ama no enye papers a otimi di too good e mo papers otimi di hwehwe gold no omo yusu this say reserve forest what it is a crow it is a Asante Bantam wa ya bo akura ahyewo joint ewo honom akura power supply wo honom per red anom kura benya bi wo honom anom. Oman ni sekru de nyina ye chama wontumi nsa no. Na journalist ne expose na ode buy na kire say chama wontumi mo onya na adwen say wonya no ho adi anase wonya no ho kɔ. Ono a na di ne ho adi mrika beba de na be police nsa after say investigation we akɔ down awie no. Enti so wonim de ba chama wontumi to surrender himself na former police na omu a ode the papers no working under them no. We will retrieve all the papers. Na afi ya bo mu ka say akɔso yare ewuo ama nkɔfo innocent souls ekunkum mu ba sabasa because of usika opened. Na me ka say hi Alpha OneTV mesro. So when you subscribe to Alpha OneTV, subscribe. No like no share. No turn on notification bell no say be update bia be no. On say me aka na me ka say comment section once you are there. Mesro so be leave you comment maybe bia akoso one. Akroma.